Once upon a time, in a remote Bohol village, One was the name of the young women. One is a lovely, kind young woman who is the sole child in her family. Despite being the only kid, she was brought up to be the moodest and gentle. Bukid is One's closest friend. They had been close friends since they were young children, till they entered adolescence. One's full opposite was Bukid. In their village, she is a brave and charming young woman. They enjoy exploring every inch of their village, which is one of their interests. The grandmother of one named Apo has a request for them that they must abide by. Because of their insatiable curiosity about a variety of subjects, Apo warned One and Bukid, she said.
Both of you are forbidden to climb the highest mountains in this community. The long-held local believes that the mountain is cursed and guarded by evil spirits, according to which anyone who climbs it will never return alive. One, Bukid, you two young women should follow what I said, because it is for your own safety. Understood?
We promise, Apo.
One day, Bukid helped Owan collect cacao from the large garden so she could make chocolates.
Owan, come on. Let's climb that high mountain.
She points at the mountain in front of them with an enthusiastic tone in her voice.
No, we are doomed if grandmother finds out. We also made a promise to Apo.
She speaks nervously since she is certain that Bukid will continue to pursue her.
Owan, it's just their long-held belief. We don't really know what's in that mountain. But from what I've heard, there are a lot of enormous, magnificent cacaos that are only found there.
As soon as she heard the word cacao, Owan's eyes brightened with pleasure. She is known for her love of creating and savoring chocolates among the residents of the village. One is forced to accept Bukid's proposal in the end. The tallest peak in the village is where Owan and Bukid start their journey. Owan panicked as they neared the mountain's center because of intensely chilly wind that hit them from all sides.
Bukid, let's go back. I suppose the mountain's guardian became angry.
Owan, don't be alarmed. That is just a mere wind.
On the top of the mountain, the two walk on regardless of the fierce wind that is blowing against them. Owan and Bukid hike for an hour before reaching the summit. They were astounded by the scenery. They can see their entire community as its neighboring villages from the summit. The fresh air streaming in and out was inhaled by them. They were captivated by this mountain's majesty and how tiny everything appeared from above. On top of the mountain, the two walk on regardless of the fierce wind that is blowing against them. One and Bukid hike for an hour before reaching the summit. They were astounded by the scenery. They can see their entire community and its neighboring villages from the summit. The fresh air streaming in and out was inhaled by them. They were captivated by this mountain's majesty and how tiny everything appeared from above.
Look, Owan! A large cacao tree is present. It's quite amazing.
One was ready to pick a fruit from the tree when they're startled by a deep voice.
Why do you start messing?
The god of the mountain is named Dagom. Dagom is a charming, valiant, and kind god, unlike what the locals in the village think. At that point, Owan faces Dagom. Dagom developed feelings for Owan after being captivated by her beauty. Owan, on the other hand, was speechless when she faced Dagom because of how gorgeous his eyes were. There was a little pause until Bukid broke it.
Wait, who are you?
I am the moon, the god who watches over this mountain. And I was the one who was supposed to be asking you that.
Bukid and Juan both began to run as quickly as they could as their eyes widened. Dagom just smiled, looking at how cute Juan was. Bukid and Juan were panting and gasping for air when they reached their village. They encountered the god of the mountain, which they could not believe. Juan was astonished as to why there was so much cocoa outside the following day. As she was wondering who had given her that, Bukid unexpectedly showed up.
Wow! That is the exceptional cocoa that we discovered on the mountain.
From above, Dagom could see Juan blushing. Bukid's attitude abruptly changed. Juan saw that she was being envious, but Juan ignored it. The instant Bukid laid eyes on Dagom, she fell for him, but she don't have the courage to tell him. As time went on, Dagom persisted in courting Juan, and in the end, Juan admitted that she shared her love for Dagom. At the summit of the mountain, Juan and Dagom keep running into one another and enjoying each other's company.
Like the skies, your beauty never fades to amaze me.
That's so sweet, Dagom. But I believe Bukid likes you too.
Bukid put Juan at a distance. Because of her jealousy every time they saw Juan and Dagom together, she could not stop disliking Juan. One day, Juan sneaked up the mountain without Bukid to see her lover, Dagom. When Bukid watched Juan preparing to ascend the mountain, her hatred for Juan intensified. She is aware that Dagom and Juan still cross paths. Bukid's anger consumed her, so she hid under the tree and waited for Juan in the middle of the mountain. Bukid attempted to hurt her by pushing Juan down the mountain, but she failed because Dagom appeared out of nowhere. Dagom confronted Bukid.
What are you trying to do?
Bukid was caught off guard and she didn't respond. Bukid bows down her head as she was guilty and driven by her jealousy.
I'm warning you, Bukid. If you ever lay a finger on Juan, I will make sure you're not going to make it alive out of this mountain. Do you understand?
Bukid nods her head nervously and rushes back to their village. Days went by, and Juan was wondering why Bukid isn't talking to her anymore. Juan was devastated because of this. She went up the mountain to see Dagom so she could share her worries and spend time with him. After spending some time together, Juan decided to go home since it's getting dark. As she was going home, Juan sensed that someone was following her, but she was brushed it off. Juan was preparing to descend when Bukid struck her in the back with a piece of wood, causing her to pass out and roll into the mountain. Juan screamed when Dagom heard it in the distance. He rushed and went to the location of Juan's voice. When Dagom noticed how Juan was rolling, he hurried off as quickly as he could, but it was too late to save Juan. Juan died after hitting her head with a heavy stone. Dagom gazed at Bukid furiously.
You killed Juan, Bukid. I have told you already to stay away from her. But look what you did to her. You killed her. You killed my lover. And I will kill you.
Bukid returned to her senses and understood what she had just done.
What did I do? Juan, I'm so sorry. Juan, please wake up. Wake up. Juan.
Dagom was burning with anger. He exploited his authority without hesitation.
As the god of this mountain, I command all the trees and plants and end her life miserably.
The entire plants and trees' roots in the mountain encircled Bukid's body. Tears are streaming from the eyes of Dagom as he cried and said,
As the roots circles your body, you will taste the torture gradually until your body scatters into pieces.
Ah! Ah! Spare my life, Dagom! I was not in my right mind earlier. I'm so sorry. Please, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Ah!
You're asking me to forgive you? You just ended the life of the girl I love. You just killed my happiness. You killed my life, Bukid.
Dagom exerts all of his strength to such an extent that the mountain begins to crumble. Bukid's parts were dispersed all over the place and planted by the mountain's fragments. As a reminder of one's love of chocolate, Dagom created a shade of brown on sunny days, and even when the sky is under a state of mourning, the color green, which is reflected in rain, represents optimism. Later on, the bodies of Bukid that have been planted grew larger over time, and that is now the famous Chocolate Hills from Bohol.